Create a paper banner using the Rectangular Marquee tool and a pretty paper without adding bulk to the file size of your finished page. Here is a preview of what we will be creating together. I will be showing you how to create a paper banner from a paper while keeping your project file size low. So what are some good paper choices for this technique? Solid papers that coordinate with the color in your photo are a good choice. Lightly patterned papers that coordinate with the colors in your photo are also a good choice. Large, busy, or multicolored papers are not a good choice because they will distract from your photo instead of complementing it. This video is being filmed in expert mode of Photoshop Elements, but the instructions are exactly the same for Adobe Photoshop except where noted. Begin by opening a new 12 by 12 inch document at 300 pixels per inch with a white background. Next, open a paper you would like to use from your stash, or the paper-dst paperbanner.jpg file from the downloads, which I have opened here. Do not add the paper to the new document yet. Press the letter D to reset the color chips to the default of black over white. Now get the Rectangular Marquee tool, and in the Tool Options, click on the New Selection icon, set the feather to 0 and the aspect to fixed size. Photoshop users set the style to fixed sized. Set the width to 3.5 inches and the height to 9 inches. On the paper document, not the new document, click and drag over the area you would like to select for your banner. To reposition, click and drag inside the selection. When choosing an area to select on a patterned paper, be careful where the edges of the selection fall. In this example from Kim B Designs, we don't want to cut the heads off the sheep or have just the head of a sheep peeking in. Next, get the Move tool. On the document, click inside the selection and drag the selection into the middle of your new document. Because we are only adding a selection of the paper instead of the whole paper, our finished page file size will be smaller. Now get the Rectangular Marquee tool. In the Tool Options, click on the New Selection icon, set the feather to 0 and the aspect to fixed size. Photoshop users set the style to fixed size. Then set the width to 3.75 and the height to 3.75. The width of the square selection should be slightly larger than the width of the rectangular selection. On the document, click and drag a square near the bottom of your rectangular paper. In the Layers panel, the top layer should still be active. If it's not, click on the top layer to activate it. Then, in the menu bar, choose Select, Transform Selection. In the Tool Options, set the angle to 45 degrees. Photoshop users set the Rotate to 45 degrees. Click inside the square and drag the square down to the bottom of your rectangular shape, making sure the square completely covers the bottom corners of the paper. Then click the check mark to commit the change. Next, get the Move tool. In the Tool Options, click on the Align Horizontal Centers icon. Then press the Backspace key in Windows, that's the Delete key on a Mac, to delete the selected portion of the paper. Then press Ctrl D in Windows, that's Command D on a Mac, to deselect. Let's add a shadow to the paper banner. In the Layers panel, the rectangular layer should be active. Then in the menu bar, choose Layer, Layer Style, Style Settings. Set the lighting angle to 120 degrees. Click directly on the words Drop Shadow and set the size to 8, the distance to 13, and the opacity to 50. Then press OK to close the dialog box. Photoshop users can find the shadow settings in the manual. Finally, add background papers, photos, embellishments, and journaling to finish your page as desired. Here's a page I created of my daughter falling asleep in her high chair during a snack. The paper banner behind the photo helps draw the eye to my photo, and the pattern reinforces the sleepy feel of the photo. For a free PDF version of this video, click on the download link and then make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. This has been Carla Shute from Digital Scrapper, the very best place on the web to find complete and professional instruction for digital scrapbooking. We help you get your stories told.